of Sunita Williams' homecoming, we have Falguni Pandya, Sunita Williams' relative, joining us live on this broadcast. A very good morning to you, Ms. Pandya. How do you feel? How does the family feel to hear and know that Sunita Williams is finally coming back home after 9 long months?
Family is very, very excited. Thank you, first of all, for showing so much love to Sunny and the family and the support for all of us. We feel that love coming all the way from India to here and going all the way to ISS to Sunny as well. She is feeling very connected to India. We are very happy she's coming back. Obviously, happy is not enough to describe the joy and relief and excitement that is here.
Also, Ms. Pandya, you know, Sunita Williams had often spoken about her pet dog. She says she's very excited to meet her pet dog. Tell us about how it is to have Sunita Williams around you and the kind of affinity that she has for her pet.
She has a lot of affinity for her dogs. She has 2. And she also has a lot of affinity for children. As you can see, these are my kids with Sunny. That's my husband with Sunny. She loves all human beings and all beings around her. She's particularly very close to all the children, whether they are part of the family or they are in schools. Wherever she is just a giving, loving person.
Also, Mrs. Pandya, when was the last time you had a conversation with Sunita Williams? I'm sure this has been a very, very tough time, these 9 long months, you know, having one of your family members stranded on the International Space Station, that too outside of our planet. So when was the last time you all spoke to Sunita Williams?
We are routinely in touch with her. So I give a lot of credit to NASA and a lot of credit to all the technology that is making it possible, where we are constantly meeting on Microsoft software, enabled us to speak. And a lot of family events we celebrate together, holidays we celebrate together. We send her, I've sent her Kaju Katri in the past. We send her gifts, we send her cards, we send her photographs. We are constantly in touch and talking, and she talks to her mom almost every day. So she's close to our hearts and in our lives very much.
Well, Ms. Pandya, when you first heard that the Boeing Starliner spacecraft in which Sunita Williams, traveled to space and ran into trouble, how was the reaction at home? What was the, atmosphere like?
As you can imagine, very concerned. We have gone through 2 of the launches that were scrubbed and the 3rd one took off. There was concern. We are also connected to Kalpana Chawla's family. So, there's always that little bit of fear, but we have full faith. We have full faith in NASA. We have full faith in our scientists. We have full faith in the whole team of NASA, which has really taken care of Sunny, Butch, and all the astronauts really, really well. So we knew that they wouldn't take any chance and they would keep them safe.
Well, Ms. Pandya, stay on with me because we have an important development that we'll have to share with our viewers and you, because the capsule containing the 2 stuck astronauts, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, has finally undocked from the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams, who were launched into the ISS last June as the first test pilots for Boeing's new Starliner capsule, have now departed the International Space Station. That means that their spacecraft is currently in Earth's orbit and it is currently, taking part in the orbital maneuvering process, and exactly at a time that has been decided by NASA, that's exactly when the spacecraft will make a descent towards the Earth, and all eyes will be on the homecoming, because it's a very emotional moment for one and all, especially for the family members of Sunita Williams.
Commander Nick Hague as well as the Crew 10 crew, the newly arrived Crew 10 crew members, Anne McLean, Takoya Onishi, and Don Pettit, offering their best wishes and Godspeed for a safe return to Earth on Tuesday afternoon for the quartet aboard the Dragon Freedom.
And Ganesh with her. And she has sent the pictures of Ganesh floating in International Space Station. She will be protected, and Butch will be protected, and they will make it home safe, for sure. And she was also very excited about Kumbh Mela. She knew I was going to Kumbh Mela. We were talking about it and what I would be doing, and she actually took a picture from her window of the Kumbh Mela at night, and she sent me that picture.
Dragon continues an opening rate away from the zenith port of the Harmony module.
There you go. That's the picture.
Undocking occurring just about.
And Sunny has diligently sent emails to all of us, telling us everything that is going on in her life there, all the scientific experiments they are doing, their day-to-day, what they eat and what they do, about her friends at ISS. And she has also shared some pretty interesting facts about the Earth and how it looks from the sky. And one thing she has said in the past, I was with her through her journey when she visited India in 2007 at a grand heroic welcome by India. I was her translator and I accompanied her. And she used to say in her speeches that time that when you look at Earth from the sky, you don't see any boundaries. We human make the lines and the boundaries and the borders. And her message is of that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. She is very much an exceptional human being. She has best of both Western culture as well as Deepak Kaka, our uncle and Sunny's dad, was a very spiritual person. He was a neurologist. He was very accomplished in his own field. He has written books that are used in medical schools all over. He was experts in brain mapping, but he was very, very spiritual. And Sunny has the best of both. And we are just very grateful that she is in our lives.
You know, Ms. Pandya, you have a family of doctors. What made Sunita Williams, switch her focus towards rocket science and space, and you can see where she is right now?
Well, it was a gradual transition, right? She started with Navy, and then she became a helicopter pilot, and this was transition. And there is a whole concept of swadharma, right? We all are drawn to what we are meant to do and serve our purpose in this world.
Also, Ms. Falguni, how is the family preparing for Sunita Williams' homecoming? Is there any traditional, style homecoming that you all have now arranged, or what is it that the family is planning?
So, send-off is usually grand, but this is her third trip. So when she comes back, or when any astronauts come back, they are actually taken directly under the care of physicians, and they have to actually get acclimated to dealing with the gravity, the Earth's atmosphere, and a lot of other things. So we are not going to be, at least I am not going to be seeing her until she is given an okay by the hospitals and the doctors that she can meet everyone.
The journey is a pretty long one. Has Sunita Williams promised to bring any space souvenirs for the family?
I will tell you next week.
And also, Mrs. Falguni, it's really an emotional moment for all of you all back home, because in just about 12 to 15 hours from now, the spacecraft will be splashing down. So, there's a lot of medical precautions that have to be considered. Like you mentioned, the astronauts are not used to gravity because they've spent their time there about 9 months in almost near zero gravity, environment. And when she comes back, she'll have to undergo several medical tests. And that would take about 24 to 48 hours, if we have to speak approximately. So once that is done, what's the plan of action?
We are going to be visiting her. We are going to be planning a larger reunion, family get-together, but that is still in works. But obviously, and we are all going to be taking a trip around the world together. A lot of us will be going with her to several countries, and we have been talking about that for some time now.
And if you could, help us describe these pictures that are on our screens at the moment, because we've seen Sunita Williams' affinity for kids, and we've seen some quality family time there. There you can see this is one of the pictures that clearly goes on to show the kind of
So go back to the picture before this. No, the one where she's surrounded by a lot of young kids and she's sitting in the middle.
Okay.
So the story is, my son right now is 25, but when he was 5 years old, he used to brag in his kindergarten that my aunt is an astronaut, she's going to be going to the space, and my aunt is an astronaut, and all the kids used to make fun of him, that, oh, you are just, that picture, that, oh, you are just making things up. My son is in the red shirt behind, 2 rows behind her. And they were making fun of him, and he was very, very sad. He's like, he was telling me, Mom, they think I'm lying. My aunt is an astronaut, and why wouldn't they believe it? And I told Sunny that this is what's happening. And every Friday they have show and tell in school where kids can show off things. And she showed up as my son's show and tell at the school and made sure that he was, he was completely proud of her. He knew that she had his back. That's Sunny and I at our 2007 trip to India. I was translating her speech in Gujarati.
Well, Ms. Pandya, we know that, Sunita Williams likes kids, likes pet dogs. What is that one thing that nobody knows about Sunita Williams, but they should know?
But they should know? Yeah. No, I'm not the one to say anything.
No, but if there's something that, that Sunita Williams really likes, but the world knows very less about that, what is that one thing that you would like to share?
World knows a lot about her, so to just come up with something, she likes to laugh.
Okay.
She loves the happiness. She's a very, very joyful person, and people have seen her giving speeches. People have seen her talk about intense topics and science and all that. But she really, really likes to laugh. She finds joy in the smallest of things, to the point where, it's very infectious.
That's right. Stay on with me, Mrs. Falguni. We have live pictures coming in from the NASA Space Center, where the ground teams are also actively monitoring the spacecraft, the Dragon capsule, in which Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are currently, heading back to Earth in. And these are the live pictures after the undocking process. These are the exact visuals when the spacecraft undocked from the International Space Station. Indeed, a very, very emotional moment, and the family is definitely anxious about this journey. And Mrs. Falguni, if you could tell us, how are you all handling the stress and the anxiety? Because this is no ordinary flight journey. This is a spacecraft coming from outside this world.
I think we are very, very confident that everything is going to be great, and she's going to be completely fine. Butch is going to be fine. Obviously, anxiety is there. This is not her first flight, and Ganesh is with her. Our blessings and wishes are with her. Her father, our Deepak Kaka, who has passed away, his blessings are with her. even throughout this anxiety, our greatest strength has been Sunny's optimism and her faith in her team. And she's the one who always says, don't worry about it, guys. And I'll tell you one incident, like month and a half ago, I was very upset about something in my life. Mm-hmm. And I just, in the middle of the night, there was nobody to talk to. I just wrote her a long email. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And the funny thing is that she immediately wrote me back email and saying, you got this. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to be fine and you got this. So that's one other thing that people don't know about her, that she's always there for her family, no matter where she is, even from the space station, even about our littlest things, our smallest worldly issues. She got us.
I'm sure you all have had conversations on what would be the first things in order when she arrives. Will it be resting, celebrating, or does she have a lot of catching up to do?
She does have a lot of catching up to do. She is really missing home. She's missing family. She's missing her husband, her dogs. I think she would want to spend a lot of time. She's a kind of person who doesn't care for big parties or big hoopla. I think she likes quality time with people. She likes intimate time. She likes meaningful conversations. So we have to go with her personality. Not that she doesn't enjoy parties, but that doesn't define happiness for her. Happiness is just sitting around in the room, maybe sitting on the floor, maybe sitting anywhere and just chit-chatting. And I think she'll be just very happy to see everyone. We will be planning things later on, but not immediately. I think she has still a lot of catching up to do with her health, meaning just getting her strength back, being able to even walk. It's hard to walk after, you have been away from Earth in the space. I wouldn't know what that feels like, but I do know that in the past it has taken a while to adjust to the life here. So plans will be in the making shortly, but not right away.